What's up, everybody? My name's Parasite. Welcome back to the Jose Mourinho Challenge with Sporting. Today we have Benfica in the league and RB Leipzig in the second leg of the first knockout round of the Champions League. We've only played one league game since I last saw you, and we won it, so we've kept up with the teams ahead of us and around us. It was our game in hand as well, so we are now on equal games with Benfica and Porto. 3 points ahead of Porto and 7 points behind Benfica. So this match is extremely important. If we lose today against Benfica, we're basically out of the title race. If we draw, we're pretty much out of the title race. We need to win to have any chance. So, we know they can kind of choke towards the end of the season, but we have to win this. If we lose, they're not going to choke enough for us to come back from that kind of deficit. So, hugely important match. And it's important for our standing in the top three as well, because it used to be that second place got Champions League group stage football and third place got Champions League qualifiers. That's no longer the case. Even though we won the Europa Conference League and got to the quarterfinal of the Champions League in back-to-back seasons, Benfica, Porto, and all the other teams that have qualified for Europe have absolutely fell on their face in the last 3 years. And so our standing has actually dropped. So second place no longer gets group stage. And third place no longer gets Champions League at all. So if we look at the rules, second place now goes to the same place that third place used to, the League Path third qualifying round of the Champions League. Third place doesn't even get into the group stage of the Europa League. It gets into the playoff. So top two is extremely important now. Of course, in the 1 year where it looks pretty unlikely we're going to win the league is the year where it matters the most. So top two, we have to get top two now. We have to get Champions League football. So, yeah, this is even more important. That loss to Porto was even worse because of that. So we need to turn it around. We need to turn it around quick. We got the win last time against Gil Vicente in the last match, but Benfica, they're always tough to beat. And they need it as much as we do. So it's going to be a big match. In terms of things that have happened, we've not gone too far forward. There's only thing that's happened is, you might remember a couple episodes ago, I got a job interview for the Man City job, which I'd gotten a few interviews before, and I've just kind of turned them down. But this is the highest profile one yet. And so I decided to, take the interview, do it legitimately. I wasn't planning on taking the job, because obviously I haven't completed my goal here yet. So I wasn't going to take the job, but I just want to see if I would be offered it, just to see kind of where my standing was in world football. They have come back to me, and I did not get the job. It actually went to a former Man City legend. I can kind of understand why I didn't get it. In terms of accomplishments, I feel like I've accomplished more in my career as a manager than he has. But he's managed a higher profile club. He got sacked from it, but he did. And the manager they have signed is Vincent Kompany. So Vincent Kompany is the Man City manager. He starts at Anderlecht. He had went to RB Leipzig and was there for less than a year before he got fired. So not the most encouraging hire if you're Man City, but with what he means to the city and the team and the players and the fans, I kind of understand it. So we're not quite at that level yet, but if we win a Champions League, we might have the pick of the best of Europe. So it leaves me actually pretty optimistic that I got an interview for it. Like I said, we've only played 2 games. The first one against Gil Vicente, a good 3-1 win. Sesco Gonzalez and Caceres getting the goals. They only scored in the 84th minute, so it's not even that close. We then played Maritimo in the Taça de Portugal semifinal, first leg, and it's not a competition I really care about anymore. The goal was to win it. We won it. So it's not of major importance. And coming before this Benfica match, I cared even less. So I rotated quite a bit. A few starters played like Gonzalez and Gonzalez. So we had some decent players out there, but we lost 1-0, and we shouldn't have, because we absolutely, even with the backups, we absolutely dominated them. They got a penalty. That was literally the only thing they did all game long. We just destroyed them. 19 shots to 4. Penalties like 0.75 XG or something like that. So they had 0.2 XG other than that penalty. And they beat us 1-0. Just another one of those games. I've never played with a team where I'm so often FM'd. It'll happen once, maybe twice a season, but it seems like it happens with us every month for the entire time I've been here. It seems we get FM'd once a month, every single year. It's unbelievable. So it's frustrating to come off of that. A match we definitely should have won. But we're going to have to be better if we're going to beat Benfica. We've got the starters, though, so hopefully that'll be the case. Nunez is still not fit, so he's not going to make the team, but Berganti's actually played decently well recently, so he's going to get the start over Ugarte, who hasn't done anything, really. So Berganti's going to get the start. Other than that, the expected starting lineup. Aguilar, even though he got a 6.0 last time we played him, I'm going to start him again because Escaio hasn't done anything either. So he's going to start Tabata, Sesko, and Sorloth up top. DK, a little bit tired, but I feel like I need him on the bench. He's been a great super sub for us. So I want to have him as an option off the bench. Xavi Simons is going to come in with the Mateus Nunez injury. He's going to come in to be on the bench. But other than that, it's kind of what's to be expected. But we need to be as clinical as we did that first time against Leipzig, because we're not going to get a lot of chances, and we're going to have to take them. And we're going to have to, Hugo Sousa is going to have to turn up, because if he just allows every shot that comes near his way to go in, we don't stand a chance. I know how hard fought this rivalry is, so go out there and play for the fans. The importance of this game cannot be understated. Benfica are kind of flying high at the top of the league right now, but we know we can beat them. But we're going to have to be good, both defensively and offensively. We can't give them any clean looks because they've got quality and they will take those chances. And we're going to have to take our chances. We're not going to get a lot of them. So when you get the opportunity, you're going to have to be at your best, because if you're not, it's not going to be good enough. First highlight's going to come here in the 22nd minute. It's going to be a Hugo Sousa goal kick. We've been the better team to start this game, but we don't have any proof of it. Nothing on the scoreboard just yet, and that is a terrible pass by Daniel Bergantia. He's picked up a little bit of a knock, but I'm going to keep him out there. He seems to be doing all right fitness-wise. But Benfica are looking to attack here. If they score from a freaking giveaway by Daniel Bergantia, it'd be frustrating. We do win it back, but again, we just try to pass it to their players, apparently. Our passing's been terrible, to start this match. Grimaldo, they're a danger man down this left-hand side. He has a lot of assists this year. He finds Darwin Nunez, but he heads it over. We get away with it. 26th minute. It's going to be okay. That's awesome. That's just what we need to Pedro. Yeah, this is like a tough game, and if we lose, we can't win the league. So you should definitely go and two-foot a guy 26 minutes in. What a jackass. Well, we're screwed. The last time we had a man sent off early against Benfica, we lost like 4-0. So, yeah, we're going to get destroyed. That's just the last thing that we could have done. And I'm not getting stuck in. There's no reason for him to two-foot that dude at all. He wasn't in a dangerous area. There's literally no reason for it. So freaking frustrating. I thought about moving him up to central midfield and going with like a 4-2-1-2, but I'm actually going to bring Bergantia back to defensive midfield. Try to provide a little bit more of a cover for our back line. He can play there. I mean, at least it's an easy change. I don't need to take anyone off, I don't think. But I'm going to put our wingbacks on support. He can go to wingback support. So they help out a little bit, but help out. Primarily, I want them to be kind of defensive. In terms of how we play, we're got to go cautious immediately. We're down a man. I'm going to just go direct. I don't want to go more direct, though. That's a little bit too much. If I could, I'd like to go slightly more instead of just standard or more. But I'll just go standard if I have those two options. Take long kicks. I might not distribute it quickly. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to. Take long kicks. If we're going to score, it's going to be a set piece or a ball over the top that gets headed on. So, bring the line back just a little bit. I think that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to press a little bit less often. We're down a man, so I don't want us to get completely pulled out of position. So I might even press even less, actually. Go standard pressing. All right, well, I think that's game, but we'll see. See how many they can score, I guess. And their first highlight's only 2 minutes later. It's actually going to start with us. Hugo Sousa goal kick. Sesko needs to head this on if we have any chance. Does to Sorloth. If you can find Sesko through here. Sesko has a chance down a man and he misses. If I could find him for that alone, I would. You have to score that. There is no excuse for not scoring that. Looks like we're going to hold on here in the first half, and really since the sending off, we've been the better team still. So that's kind of shocking. But yeah, they've done nothing. They don't have a shot on target. But of course, they're going to have like 2 in the second half and score both of them. But I mean, considering the case of Gonzalez getting sent off in the 27th minute, that wasn't bad. But we still have a big wall to climb. Well, boys, we might be at a numerical disadvantage, but I think we can still do well here. I thought you coped well after that sending off. Played pretty well, even down a man. So if we want to get a result, we're just going to have to work even harder. And Pedro, getting sent off that early in a match of this importance is absolutely unacceptable. There will be consequences for your actions. You have let everyone down. First highlight comes 61 minutes in, and Benfica have kind of come out the gates firing. They now have a man over with Grimaldo in a lot of space. Going to look to put a ball in. They've got a lot of men in the box. They're going to find Borges. Their shot's going to be blocked. We get it clear. Yeah, they've been piling on the pressure. This is going to be, defensively, we're going to have to be rock solid. Sousa's going to have to step up if we have any chance of at least getting a point from this. I said prior to this that a point probably still not going to be enough. We're probably still out of the title race if we just get a point, but it's better than a loss. So we got to be scoring chances like that if we're not going to lose or draw this game. And it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. We're not going to get many chances from here on out, and we're just not taking the ones we get. 80th minute, there's going to be a highlight. Team for most parts played well. Bergantian's spots have been pretty terrible, but Ruan actually steps over this. Why is Ruan on that? Is he actually decent at free kicks? 13, not bad. I did not know he was actually competent at free kicks. We need to make some changes, though. Tabata's coming off for Nuno Santos. He's not played well. Nuno Santos has done pretty well this season. And Berganch is definitely coming off, but I need to decide whether it's for... I'm not going to bring on Xavi Simons. That doesn't make any sense. But Ugarte or Dyer are going to come on. I don't know which one I want. Obviously, Dyer's better defensively. Ugarte a little bit more of a playmaker. I don't know if we need a playmaker, really. I'm going to bring on Dyer. I don't know what I'm playing, man. Maybe like a defensive midfielder defend or something like that. Maybe defensive midfielder support. Maybe he has a ball winner. Let's play him as a ball winner. See if we can get a little bit of counterattack action. Ball winners are pretty good at starting counterattacks. So let's do that. In terms of instructions, I don't think I really want to change anything. I can still wait. I might go more direct a little bit later on, but for now, still going to hold off a little bit. We've done all right. We've got one sub left in our pocket, but everyone else has played well, so I don't know who I want to sub off. Maybe one of the front two, just to see if DK can be that super sub, but got a little bit of time left. Let's see if we get any more highlights. And the highlight's going to come almost immediately. It's going to be Odysseus, who's been ridiculously good this season. He's going to have a goal kick, looking for Kyson, who heads it on to Carlos Vinicius, back to Boga, who's going to score, or not. Okay. Usually Benfica takes chances like that. So we've gotten a little bit fortunate today. They've only had 3 shots on target, only 0.6 XG. But, they probably should have scored. Sorloth, if you don't score that, you are just dreadful. But he does. I think that's onside too. That, if we were to score a goal, that was how we were going to do it. That is a good goal. So we are just going full defensive now. We're taking off. Sesko's actually a little bit more tired, and Sorloth did just score the goal. So I'll take Sesko off. Go 3 defensive midfielders. Sorloth can stay up top as a complete forward. And Ugarte, I'm assuming, because I don't think anyone else can really play defensive midfield. None of our center backs can actually play defensive midfield. So it's going to be Ugarte that comes in. I'm going to play Paulinho in the middle as that anchor man. Ball winner for Dyer and maybe just like a defensive midfielder defend for Ugarte. Wingbacks can go... I don't know what's better, wingback defend or fullback support. I'm going to go... I'll go wingback defend. I think that makes more sense right now. And we'll change the tactic a little bit. Obviously, we want to waste time. That's definitely one we want on there. I might not run a defense with this setup. I still think I'm going to... with only one guy up top, I don't think I want to hit early crosses. I'll still look to pass into space a little bit. I'll still keep the tempo and everything up, because if we can score a goal, we can put him away anyway. So I'll stop distributing quickly. Do I counter? I'm still going to counter. I'm going to not provincial goal. I want them to distribute it shortly, so let's do that. And it might seem counterintuitive, but I'm going to get stuck in. I want to be physical here at the end. We don't have anyone on a yellow card, so another sending off's not really going to be any worse, really. I mean, we're already down a man, so I will use tighter marking. I'm going to keep a higher line of engagement and a standard defensive line. I shouldn't be going... Wow, I don't know why I was. I shouldn't be doing that on this tactic in general either. Might need to change that. I mean, it's worked for us so far, but I don't know if that really makes any sense. Definitely want to force through the middle, though. With 3 defensive midfielders, I think we want to force through the middle. All right, see this game out. If we get a win from this, I'd be absolutely shocked. But, I mean, what a performance. What a performance the players have put in. They've been equal to Benfica down a man. And Benfica have been ridiculous this season. Down a man for almost the entire game, and we beat Benfica. What is this team? This team legitimately makes no sense. You know, they could be full strength against the worst team in the league and not be able to do anything. They could play the best team in the league, the clear-cut best team in the league, down a man and be better. I don't know. So weird. This team is so hot and cold, but this is a huge win. Massive. I'm delighted. This isn't an easy rivalry to compete in, especially down a man for most of the match. So that is a great result. The effort you showed out there, the hard work, the dedication, the will to win was inspiring. A lesser man would have wilted in that situation, but you rose to the occasion. And for that, I am proud of each and every one of you. You've been on a good run lately, but that was something else. Everyone's playing well, giving 100%, and we deserve to win this match. You must be satisfied with that sort of win against a bitter rival. I'm delighted. This sort of result definitely means a little bit more. To beat them, it wasn't home, but to beat them, down a man for almost the entire match, we're only 4 points behind them now. The Benfica collapse might be happening. It happened last year, and it might have just started. So we have a chance. We still have a chance of winning the league for the 3rd straight season. Obviously, Gonzalez is going to be banned for 1 match. If I could find him for more than 2 weeks, I definitely would. But he's going to get that 2-week fine. I'm not going to appeal. There's an obvious red card. Storloff banned of the match, 8.8. He played well even before the goal. So, to get the goal, to win the match for us, what a performance. Massive. Now, we've got, RB Leipzig in the home leg of the Champions League first knockout round. And we've got a 3-1 advantage. So, in pure sporting fashion, after that huge win, I expect us to get thrashed 5-0. And we are back for the Leipzig match with a chance to make back-to-back Champions League quarterfinals. And I'm going with a similar, but not exactly the same squad to play the last match. I am going with the same defense. I felt it was important to play with the same defense that we go with about every match. The strongest defense we can put out. A few changes that have come in are players that I completely trust to come in and play just as well as the starters. So Dyer's come in for Polina. I've gone with Ugarte over Berganca, partially because Berganca was terrible last match. Partially because Ugarte is a little bit more... He actually has worse tackling, but he's a good box-to-box midfielder. I think that's going to be a little bit more valuable than a deep-line playmaker for this match. Gonzalez, even though he was a bell-in last match and almost caused us to completely lose out on the title race, I'm still going to start him today. At least the one benefit of him getting sent off so early is he's fully fit for this match. So I didn't trust really Ugarte and Berganca at the same time in this midfield, so... Yeah, I felt it was important we get one at least starter out there, and that's going to be Gonzalez. Santos is going to come in for Tabata. Fully trust him. And Tabata was not very good last match. When Santos came in, he actually played pretty well. Sorlof's going to start after that last performance he had. I can't bench him from that, but I am going to bring in DK for Sesko. DK's been amazing this year, though, so even though Sesko is definitely better, DK's been great, so it's not a huge drop-off. And if we need him, Sesko's on the bench, Tabata's on the bench, Polini's on the bench. So we've got a strong bench still. If they do, get a few goals and make this a little bit nervy. But hopefully this could be an easy win, an easy route to the quarterfinals, and hopefully we get a little bit easier draw in the quarterfinals if we do make it. We cannot allow complacency to undo all the good work done in the first leg. Go out there and treat this as if you're starting from scratch. We cannot underestimate Leipzig. They are a very good team, and they will be throwing men forward, desperate to score a goal. That means opportunities will be available in the counterattack. But first and foremost, we have to maintain our defensive responsibilities. Then we can attack and hopefully score a few goals. Because I don't want to just defend for 90 minutes. Don't give them hope. When you get chances, put them away and put Leipzig away. How guarded do you have to be about complacency, considering the differing form between these two teams? I don't have any concerns about that. We're prepared in a professional manner, and we'll go out and do our jobs. Do you think the first goal here will be crucial? It's nice to start well. And if we can get out on the front foot nice and early, all the better. Do you hope your team can produce today? I don't see why we're not capable of turning up and playing well here. At home, with a 2-goal advantage, a good team out there still, and form a little up and down, but coming off of a massive win. Has to bring the team on a high, and they're coming off 4 straight losses, so this is the time to play them. They're going to play 5 at the back. I'm surprised. I figured they'd play a little bit more of an attacking tactic, considering they have to score. But, I mean, if they want to play defensive, play defensive. The first highlight's going to come in 28 minutes into the match. Kind of unsurprisingly, not a lot has happened. With their formation and the fact it doesn't look like they're being too aggressive in attack, and with us just needing to hold on to a lead, yeah, not a whole lot has happened. We've actually had more of the chances so far. But the first highlight's going to come with us as well. Aguilar down this right-hand side. Puts it across for Sorloth, who hits the post. So close to a goal. That would have been pretty close to the nail in the coffin. We're going to go into halftime with a 0-0. It's been a pretty even match. We've had, like I said, we've had a little bit more of it. They've had a little bit more possession, but every team we play has more possession. We've created a clear-cut chance. I'm pretty sure it was that header for Sorloth. Performance-wise, I mean, not the best. No one, only Sorloth above a 7. Pedro having a pretty poor match. Coming off of being sent off against Benfica. That's not what you want to do, Pedro. Ignacio also being a little bit quiet, but defensively we've been alright. They haven't created anything real clear-cut. Literally no clear-cut at half chances. Only 0.3 XG. Decent. But we need to hold on for another 45 minutes. They should be going gung-ho in this second half to score a goal because they have to score. Well done. We're still leading on aggregate. Make sure that's the case come full time. The later this game gets, the more desperate Leipzig will get. That desperation makes them dangerous, but it also leaves them open to mistakes. I want you to take advantage of those mistakes because I don't want to give them any hope. I want you to put them away. First highlight of the second half is coming in 51 minutes into the match, and it's going to be a throw-in down our right-hand side. Nuno Santos can't quite get to that, and Leipzig might be looking for an attack here. Looking to build from the back. I mean, I'm fine with that. I'd rather do that than just lump it long. Not if they're just going to run right past us, though. Caligari just destroying everyone down that flank. Somebody win the ball. Please. He's going to put in a cross, but can't quite find Talas Magno. They don't have, our level of monsters in the air, so crosses aren't super dangerous, but we still need to be good. They can still score them, so still have to be on top of our game. Velasco's going to have a long shot and nearly score it. What a goal that would have been. 80th minute, still nothing has happened. They still need 2 goals. So I'm going to go a little bit more defensive now. I'm going to bring Escaio for Johansson. I'm not going to worry about him getting injured. Not going to risk him getting injured. Even more severely. Gonzalez is going to come off because screw him. Ugarte is going to go over to be Mazzala. Berganza is going to come in as a deep line playmaker on defend. And I got 1 sub left. I think I'll hold on to it for a little bit. DK not had the best match. It's kind of unfortunate, but hasn't cost us yet. I'm going to start time wasting. I'm still going to hit early crosses because Sorloth and DK in the box. I still want to get another goal. Other than that, I might not distribute it quickly, but I'll still look for the counter. And I will still keep everything here, I think. All right, let's win this. 3 minutes of added time. Not the most impressive performance, but, you got to get the result, and it looks like we might be getting it. Looks like we're going on to the quarterfinal of the Champions League for back-to-back seasons. 1 sub left to make. I'm not going to bring on Sesko. He's too important of a player to bring on. Same for Tabata. If I'm bringing anyone on, it's either Caceres or Simmons. And I think Caceres is the one for Ignacio. He's not played particularly well, but he hasn't conceded. I'm actually going to switch him and Ruan. Because this left center back's the one we kind of target from set pieces. Caceres, definitely not the guy I want to target. Even though we're just looking to see the game out. I don't think this is going to be necessary, but I'm going to go cautious. Might as well. Crazier things have happened, but I think we're going to be okay. I'll stay with you here, see if we can see this game out. It looks like we're going to. Full time, a 0-0 draw at home, and pretty even. We had the higher XG. They actually had more shots on target. They were a lot more efficient than we were, but we created better chances. They didn't have a single clear cut or half chance. We had 2 clear-cut chances. Kind of frustrating we didn't score them, because that's kind of what I was hoping for, but I don't know. It doesn't give me a lot of optimism going into the next round. I know there's some really freaking good teams left in this competition, but I don't know. Knowing what we needed to do, I'm not super surprised they didn't have the best game. We're more focused on holding on to our lead. But we're on to the Champions League quarterfinal. That's what's most important. We didn't play as well as we can, but I'm happy with the result. Defensively, I thought you were very good. They had a few more chances than I'd like to see, but you did a very good job stopping them from creating anything clear-cut. Hugo didn't really have a whole lot to do there in goal. Offensively, we created some very good chances, but we didn't take them. As we get later in this competition, the games are going to get harder. The teams are going to get better. And those chances will need to be converted. We need to learn from this and improve, because that out there isn't going to get you to the semifinal. You never looked entirely comfortable, but is it fair to say you were relatively confident? You're never 100% comfortable at this level, and I certainly wasn't going to celebrate before the final whistle. Did you honestly believe you could take advantage of their poor form? Form is temporary. Class is permanent. We knew this would be a tough match, and so it proved. But we deserve to win. Morale seems really high right now. How far can that take you? This is the sort of thing we need to build on and take advantage of. If we can cultivate a strong team spirit, we'll be on to something special. The locker room atmosphere is actually really good right now, so that's good to see. Even with some unhappy players around the January transfer window, they've kind of gotten over it, and the team is a very good place to be right now. The atmosphere is good, the backing's good, everything seems to be going well, and the results are kind of following. So we are on to the quarterfinal of the Champions League. When is the draw? Will it be today? Wrong competition. Champions League stages. Quarterfinal. It is the 21st, so not for a little bit. When are the last couple of games in the first knockout round? So Man City, Roma. I'm sure all these games are going to be played on the same day. So if we look at their schedule, they're going to be played on the 19th. When's our next game? The 23rd. Alright, so we will see the final results for the first knockout round. I'll come back for those. And then we'll end this episode. The draw for both the quarterfinal and the semifinal did actually occur before our next game. So we are going to see that. First, before we get there, we have had our youth intake. And it's a pretty decent one. A 5-star player. You're not always guaranteed a 5-star player, even though it's only an average intake. He only has 1-star current ability. A striker. Definitely a striker. Sometimes these strikers are definitely not strikers. This guy, definitely a striker. Not terrible. Not terrible. Could be pretty good. Other than that, I don't think there's a whole lot of talent. Another striker, Mohamed Sani. 3.5 stars. Good finishing. Okay. Only one other 3-star player, and it's a right back, Brahima Mongo from Bissau, Guinea. Guinea-Bissau. I don't know why it's now Bissau Guinean. Okay, whatever. He's not terrible. I've seen a lot worse crossing and dribbling, and he's a good tackler. Decent physical ability. Doubt any of these guys are going to become much, but another 3-star here. Adamiro Lukukwesa, an Angolan central defender, 5'11". I was going to say he's more of a right back because he does have decent crossing and dribbling, but his physical ability is just non-existent. He can grow, so I think he could be a center back for us. He's actually left-footed, so I don't know why he's partially natural on the right-hand side. Weird player. Nothing too amazing, but nothing too poor. Doubting him will really be involved in this save, but always good to see a youth intake. Before we actually get to the draw, I'm going to go over who won all the games in the first knockout round. Obviously, we beat Leipzig. PSG beats Leverkusen 3-1. Chelsea beats Barcelona 1-0. What a crazy couple of games. Only a 1-0 win in the end. Liverpool beat Juventus 4-1. So Liverpool are still in it. That's unfortunate. Man City beat Roma 3-1. Dortmund beat Inter 5-1. Bayern beat Monaco 4-2. And Man United absolutely destroyed Napoli 8-3. So I don't think there's a single upset there. Maybe Dortmund over Inter. But other than that, every favorite won. Except for maybe us. We might not have been the favorites. But we got the draw now. Let's see the draw. Obviously, there's no easy teams there. If I was to get any of them, it'd probably be one of the German teams, Dortmund or Bayern. Everyone else is just ridiculously good. So hopefully we get one of them. I don't want Liverpool. Just please, for all that is holy, don't give me Liverpool. Chelsea first out of the hat. Wouldn't like them either, but might be better than some of the other ones. Liverpool's gone. Let's go. All right, we are next out of the hat. Dortmund is the perfect draw for us. They're also very good, but are they much better than Leipzig? I'm not sure. I definitely think we could beat Dortmund. Everyone else, not super sure. Please say Dortmund. The football gods smile on me today. At least the football manager gods. We get Dortmund in the Champions League quarterfinal. Let's see who the other matchups are. Man United. Get Man City. Okay, no, they get PSG. Not bad either. Bayern Munich, Man City. So Bayern, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, PSG, and we get Dortmund. Awesome. Now the semifinal. Of these games, the one I'd want. Can I choose none? Is none an option? Probably Bayern, Man City, I guess. Man United are just always ridiculously good on this game, and PSG are just. Is Messi still there? Is Messi still at PSG? He is. 37-year-old Lionel Messi is still there. Other than his physical, still pretty ridiculous. So I don't really want to play PSG. Chelsea, Liverpool, don't really want to do that either because I'm pretty sure Liverpool's going to win. All right, let's see the semifinal draw. We got the perfect draw for the first one. Now I want Bayern or Man City. Man United, PSG first out of the hat, and they're going to get Bayern, Man City. So why do we always have to get freaking Liverpool? Please, Chelsea, do me a massive favor. I'd feel a lot more confident against Chelsea than I would Liverpool. We're going to get knocked out again by Liverpool, aren't we? It's just destiny. But we have to get past Dortmund first to even have that chance. So, going into this, that's about as good as I could have asked for. Maybe there could have been some bigger upsets like Monaco advancing. I would have loved to play them, but we just beat a pretty good German side. I think we can do it again. So, when is that game? There's not a lot of huge games left other than the Champions League. Obviously, the Taça de Portugal match, but I'm not super concerned about that. The league games, all ones we really should be winning. Waruka 17th, Santa Clara 14th, Vizela 13th, Portuanis 11th, and Morins 4th. That's a tough one. But everything else is pretty winnable. But nothing is guaranteed with this team. We can lose or draw just to the worst teams we can face. So next episode will be the Dortmund doubleheader, though. We have them back-to-back. Home leg first. I'm looking forward to it. That's going to be the end of this episode. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials and my Twitch are in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.